Donald Trump is a threat to bureaucracy, not democracy. See, they've been telling you all along he's a threat to democracy. He's really a threat to their way of democracy, their bureaucracy. Here's some interesting things. This is why he said he wanted to drain the swamp. The governor of Michigan used to work for George Soros. He's a billionaire. I believe he's from England, which he really has no business being in American affairs anyways. But he's behind a lot of this stuff. Did you know the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, is Nancy Pelosi's nephew? Adam Schiff, his sister, is married to one of George Soros' sons. John Kerry's daughter is married to a mullah's son in Iran. See, that's why they're kind of protecting the Iranians here, the Biden administration. It's all coming together, you'll see. I'll read a few more of these things. Hillary Clinton's daughter, Chelsea, is married to George Soros' nephew. ABC News executive producer Ian Cameron is married to Susan Rice, Obama's former national security advisor. See, they had this, I seen this on Facebook one time. They had it posted on there, and Facebook took it down because the fact checkers took it down. Well, we know who the fact checkers are, though. CBS President David Rhodes is the brother of Ben Rhodes, Obama's Deputy National Security Advisor for Strategic Communications. ABC News correspondent Claire Shipman is married to Jay Carney, former Obama White House press secretary. ABC News and Univision reporter Matthew Jaffe is married to Katie Hogan, Obama's former deputy press secretary. ABC President Ben Sherwood, is the brother of Elizabeth Sherwood, Obama's former special advisor. CNN VP Virginia Mosley is married to Tom Nides, former Hillary Clinton deputy secretary. Now you're getting the idea of why the news is stacked against Trump. It's what you call a stacked deck. If you had a little bit of a hunch about, the news media was somewhat rigged and you couldn't quite put your finger on it, this is going to help you solve the puzzle. Now, you know why no one is investigated? They all have their hands in a cookie jar. You see, you might remember James Comey, who investigated the Clinton email scandal and the Clinton Foundation, had made the final decision not to recommend prosecution by the DOJ. It turns out the Clinton Foundation was audited by the law firm D.L. Piper. One of the executives there was in charge of the Clinton Foundation audit. Who was it? Peter Comey, James Comey's brother. Peter Comey had an executive position with the Washington law firm that did the audit of the Clinton Foundation in 2015. Peter Comey was officially D.L.A. Piper Senior Director of Real Estate Operations for the Americas in 2015 when the Clinton Foundation scandals first broke and Hillary was preparing her presidential campaign. Not only was D.L.A. Piper the firm where Comey's brother worked, the audit of the Clinton Foundation, but according to the foundation donor records, D.L.A. Piper has given between $50,000 and $100,000 to the foundation. Oh, it gets even cozier than this. Oh, it even gets greater than this here. D.L.A. Piper executive Douglas Emhoff has taken an extended leave of absence from the firm. Who is Doug Emhoff? He's the husband of Kamala Harris. Just a coincidence? Amazing, isn't it? You can't make this stuff up, and it only gets worse. The family tree will make your head spin. The swamp is deep. Dominion, the voting machine provider, serves 40% of the U.S. market. It is in 30 states. The state of Texas rejected the machines. Admiral Peter Neffenger is on Biden's transition team. Neffenger was the president of the board of Smartmatic. Smartmatic is another voting machine supplier. They entered into an agreement with Dominion in 2009. Smartmatic counted votes in Venezuela. Smartmatic is connected to Philippine voter fraud. Smartmatic is run by Lord Malik Brown, who works for George Soros. He and Brown are lifelong friends. Brown chairs the boards of a number of nonprofit boards, including the Open Society Foundation. Brown chairs the Center for Global Development. Open Society, of course, is owned by George Soros. Smartmatic partnered with DLA Piper Global. Douglas C. Emhoff works at DLA Piper. Douglas Emhoff is Kamala Harris's husband. Guess who owns Dominion? Blum Global Capital Partners, LP. Guess who was on board of the company? Richard Blum. Richard Blum is Dianne Feinstein's husband. Nancy Pelosi's husband is also a major investor. An aide to Nancy Pelosi, Needham Elshami, was hired by Dominion Voting System, and it goes on and on and on. Dominion Voting System is listed on the Clinton Foundation website. They're listed as donating $25,000 to $50,000 to the foundation. Georgia Governor Kemp used Dominion voting after Texas and Florida rejected them. Dominion has a lobbyist named Jared Thomas. Jared Thomas was Governor Brian Kemp's chief of staff and press secretary from 2012 to 2015. You must remember the Feinstein-Kavanaugh-Soros connections to understand the next information. Deborah Katz, Christine Ford's lawyer, worked for George Soros at the Open Society Foundation. Katz also worked at Project on Government Oversight, POGO. POGO is funded by George Soros Open Society Foundation. It's the co-signer of the letter Dianne Feinstein presented against Kavanaugh's nomination. Kamala Harris did not prosecute One West Bank for their fraud when she had the authority. George Soros owns One West Bank. Now you know why a woman who placed 7th in her own state when running for president is now VP. Oh, what a tangled web of deceit and lies. I mean, can you believe all this stuff? And they're trying to hide this stuff. They tried to hide it during the election. But as you can see, it didn't work out so good for them. They're just, and I'm glad that Donald Trump won, because he can get rid of this, drain all the swamp and just get rid of all this corruption. He's after bureaucracy, not democracy. Make sure you listen to that really well. Bureaucracy he's after, not democracy. Thank you for listening. This is a controversial Christian. I'm going to sign off for today. I'm going to leave a link to my website. Visit it if you would. Visit I've got links for products and services. I'd be happy if you'd patronize me. Thank you for listening. We love you. Have a blessed day.